handout, demanding that I pay the money that I work for. At least that's what you say. But what gives you that power? Who died and made you boss? I'm barely getting by today. I can't afford that loss. So if you don't show some legal obligation that I pay, put your hand back in your pocket.
Well, hello there. I'm Hartwell Broussard, and I welcome you to Help, the program with help and a request for help. The reason help is needed is because America is in distress. If you notice in the background, the American flag is displayed upside down. When a flag is displayed upside down, it is done so as a distress signal. If you wish to confirm that, go to the United States Code, Title 36, Chapter 10, Paragraph 176A. My goal is to help you to understand why America is in distress. And hopefully you will do something to help get us out of the dire situation that we are in. For this program, I will be helping you by showing you Part 7 of the video entitled Police State 3, released by Alex Jones. But before going into that, I would like to mention again that I have been to many churches. Matter of a fact, I have been to about 30 churches. And what I have found in these churches is that people will answer my question, which is, does the Bible teach to resist evil? Yes. They answer that question, yes. But whenever it comes to doing it, they always have an excuse why they can't or won't, on and on and on. I would like to read a quote. Here's a quote from Albert Einstein. "The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it." End quote. People, it is stupid not to do anything about the evil people that's taking from you your God-given rights. If you keep going to churches and learning the truth, like the Bible teaches to resist evil, and then you don't, that's stupid. And the reason is because you are displeasing God. And anything that displeases God is sin. And God hates sin. Wake up. Find out the truth and start resisting the evil that the Bible teaches to resist. At the end of this program, I will talk more about being stupid. But for now, here is Part 7 of this video entitled Police State 3, Total Enslavement.
But all of this is happening while our borders are wide open. And on top of that, we have the Pentagon saying we're going to watch all Americans. Now, that's the hallmark of Mexico or Russia or Guatemala or Communist China. You have the Army, the military, watching the people. And for those of you that are watching this program many years from now, I want you to understand that you're going to have more terrorism come out of all this, because the very military-industrial complex that is now enslaving and taking control of the people are the ones that stand to gain for more terrorism. And the evidence clearly shows they are instituting and carrying out the terrorism. That is small compartmental units of this behemoth federal government that is becoming an imperial world government. Most people in government are good throughout the pyramid, but that key cabal at the top controls and sets the policy for the entire beehive type society. So understand, maximum surveillance, maximum Big Brother tracking and tracing that dwarfs the nightmare vision of George Orwell in 1984. It's more akin to a THX 1138 Matrix-like system. The chains are being forged. We're being put into this brave new world. And people need to face the scope of this electronic straitjacket that's being projected against you and your family. Now we need to talk about the Total Information Awareness Network and how it ties into the cashless society control grid. You know, H.R.R. Tolkien, the famous South African, wrote a book about this evil demon in a mythical world who had this pyramidal tower with this burning eye that could see everything and pierce flesh and stone. And I pointed out on my radio show that that was the symbol of the Total Information Awareness Network. And then right after that, I saw an article in USA Today and in the Washington Post. One of them read, "The Eye is Watching," and it says, in J.R.R. Tolkien's fantastic work of fiction, The Lord of the Rings, the Dark Lord Sauron, not able to maintain a physical form, attempting to dominate Middle-earth, is depicted as an evil eye, able to penetrate time, space, and the human mind. The evil force sought to dominate Middle-earth. In a bizarre and frightening case of life-imitating art, the United States Defense Department has created an office that seeks those same limitless powers as Tolkien's Dark Lord. The Information Awareness Network seeks what it calls total information awareness. The agency has even adopted the New World Order symbol of a pyramid with an all-knowing eye hovering above it that is seen on top of the back of the $1 Federal Reserve note. Taking a symbolism a step further, the eye casts the rays down upon the planet Earth. My friends, they've now announced, way back in 2002, that the Scientific Atlantic cable boxes, the digital cable boxes, watch what you watch. They don't just watch you physically. No, they pierce your mind. They build psychological algorithms. Every part of the show is Q-scored, the psychological rating. The ads are even scored, and it all goes back, and computers go through that data, just like cookies when you surf the internet, but with more detail. It's worse than 1984. It doesn't just see what you're physically doing, it builds detailed psychological profiles of you. There's satellite tracker systems already in all the new cars, ready for the hubs to be plugged in. The federal government is announcing that they want to do this. They're preparing the states. We're only a few years away from it. They're standardizing it and promoting it as a safety feature. It'll track, trace, turn your car off, tax the living daylights out of you. Face scanning cameras in the grocery stores, just total control. Every email, every fax, everything you do tracked and traced. And the symbol is New World Order with an all-seeing burning red eye radiating the earth. Well, folks, the New World Order, the Illuminati, it's a real organization. It's in your history books in Germany. Symbol was an all-seeing eye. It's admitted the Eye of Lucifer, put on our dollar bill in 1913 when the Federal Reserve took over and did the redesign. So Tolkien, who was a person who studied the occult, admittedly, and medieval writings, simply picked the symbol of Satan for his book, for his evil character. So it's art imitating life. It's not life imitating art. Do you understand that? And in USA Today and the Washington Post are just throwing this in your face. Look at Time Warner's symbol, the 666 and the all-seeing eye. Look at ABC. Look at Fidelity. There are hundreds of major corporations. In fact, I looked at the symbols of the Fortune 500. I just went and spot checked about 80 or 90 of them the other day before we did this presentation. And out of the 80 or 90, 40 plus of them had the all-seeing eye, and many of them had a 666 in the middle. I mean, it's hidden in plain view, burning all-seeing eyes. Look around you. And they're announcing their New World Order. They just said it, all-seeing eye, New World Order. I mean, it's crazy. And then they throw it in your face. Big Brother is back. The Pentagon plan to eyeball America's database is drawing fire as its controversial salesman. And a lot of these people argue, the head of Oracle, again, Oracle, and their all-seeing eye, says, oh, well, all your data is already public, so what? With the private groups. Yeah, and they're all working for the globalists, sharing this information. They're going to enforce it on you at the local level, at the grocery store, and everywhere else. Big Brother is back. And it says the official logo is the Pentagon's secret new terrorist detection experiment isn't subtle. All-seeing eye, the New World Order. Big Brother will be watching America. Giant information matrix to track movements. Federal regulators ease restrictions on technology that can see through walls. This is all their system. They say they're going to have hover drones watching us at all times, and they've been given the technology to police for 5 years. It's a crisp black and white image of everything you do in your home. It'll look through 4 feet of concrete, and that's just what they're giving police now. FBI spy planes patrol U.S. and use systems that look through your walls. And it continues, you are a suspect. William Sapphire in the New York Times says, every purchase you make with a credit card, every magazine subscription you buy, medical prescription you fill, every website you visit, email you send or receive, every academic grade you receive, every bank deposit you make, every trip you book, every event you attend, all these transactions and communications will go into what the Defense Department describes as a virtual centralized grand database. And then it says that it'll also add all private stuff to that. And you know why they're throwing this in your face? As a chilling effect so you don't stand up against them. Let me give you a little secret. They can listen to everything we do. They don't have personnel. If they had 10 million people, they couldn't read all the billions of faxes and emails and letters, even with keyword software. So they don't have personnel to actually implement this unless you accept all this evil, accept torture, accept this mind warp, and go along with it. They need you to play along. You can stop this. But if you do play along, go ahead and serve them. They're gonna absolutely ruin your life and your children's life. They seem to go after folks that serve them even more. It's like God allows it to happen or something. I've just observed it for years. So you are a suspect, just throwing it in your face. Pentagon to track American consumer purchases. The Pentagon to track you. The definition of martial law and dictatorship. Here's another one. Pentagon plans a computer system that would pick at personal data of Americans. Here's another one. Human barcodes. And it says biometrics, such as voice, print, retina, iris, face scans, creates a digital barcode, a number, a human number. Let he who hath understanding reckon that number. Where did I hear that before? Isn't that interesting? And it says that the U.S. Army is keeping all those fingerprints and faces and voices from the driver's license bureaus. And just so happens to be working with the grocery stores and malls and Walmart with little RFID tags that'll be in all products by 2004, already in half of Walmart products. And they are the 10th the size of a grain of sand with microscopic fiber antennas, and the cell towers read them. And when you leave, they're already face scanning you off your driver's license database photo when you leave the stores, and then they're tracking you and everything you do, and the chips are in your clothes and everywhere. Oh, I have the articles, stacks of them, just stacks of them right here. All of them, you know, MSNBC, Washington Post, the tracker chips already all over your body. And they're saying we all need to take microchips or our kids won't be safe. I mean, it's incredible.
This is the microchip that could one day be implanted under the skin of every single American.
Where's Rod Serling? It's like the Twilight Zone. Faces and eyes, rival passwords. It says soon. The new Microsoft systems already have integrated for a pass key to be activated, so you can't use computers or surf the net unless you thumb scan. And the government, the Pentagon, is discussing making you do this to get online. Well, they have to stop the hackers. Turns out most of the hackers work for them. Walk offers clues to identity. They have stuff that even if you cover your face, it picks up your biometric walk. Michelin to embed electronic ID tags in tires to track you off the highways. We know what you like and we know where you live, so please buy our product. It says they're going to use all this to target you with junk mail. Many firms voluntarily hand over data on customers. Now they're officially integrating it into Total Information. St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Intrigue grows in police spy files. Turns out for decades, major cities in Denver and other areas spy on the Kiwanis Club, the NRA. They've already got you in their files, so you might as well just go ahead and fight them, folks. And go ahead and stand up against them. Or just deliver your children to hell on earth. Go ahead. Big Brother ID's coming soon. They admit the driver's license is already a national ID card. They're debating whether you're going to accept it. It's already in, folks, in almost all states. Verichip Corporation launches national Get Chip promotion, and on television, nationally, take the chips. Oh, I love the microchips. Everybody needs a chip or the kids aren't safe. And the Army War College said in 2000, they said this, We will use the threat of terrorism, we will use fear, and the media and the entire population by 2025 will accept a brain chip. I didn't write it. I know it sounds crazy, but they're the ones doing it. They're going to give you terror and terror and terror. And the more liberties you give up, the worse the terror gets. Till you're all in your little compact cities, swiping your card to leave your house, thumbprint and face scanning, and then it says taking microchips in your brain. It's a simple surgery. My God, help us. Scientists develop brain chip, BBC. It's so good for you. Florida firm seeks to microchip Americans. They've signed deals with the Bureau of Prisons in California to do it. Ohio man files $1.5 million suit against Marriott. Hidden camera found in bathroom of the bedroom against this CEO. Another thing is, a lot of companies work with the government, the feds, and they've got all these high-dollar hookers who pick you up at the bar and take you, your public officials, and they get video on you. Man, I tell you, this is really crazy. There's hidden cameras everywhere, folks. They're all, the Fortune 500's in on the scam big time. CIA operation. Airline security experts want to know whether what you have in your heart. Forget about what's in your suitcase. What the government really wants to know is whether you have evil in your mind. And by the way, they now in Boston Logan Airport have put a NASA brain scanner in, and 4 other airports have put it in. It's total quackery. They've proven the old-fashioned lie detector's a fraud. They've already proven that. Now they go, oh, the brain scanner says you're a terrorist. It shows you're with them. It actually says this. The computer says you're guilty. I mean, think about this. Road cameras raise arrest, push to take number plate scanners nationwide. From England to the U.S., they're scanning your license plates as you drive. Hot car. See, it was just for traffic reports. Now it's, oh, we're going to use it for law enforcement. Yeah. See how that works? They won't put cameras on the border, and the border is being dissolved. Always remember that key point. They're getting rid of the national sovereignty. Now it's just road cameras. They focus on terrorism. See, they've got to watch us, and they've got the tips program where your cable guy and your phone man tattle on you, and your neighbors do. And now 4 New Jersey school districts test the kids when they come into school for drug residue. And bars in New York and in London are testing your hands to see if you've taken drugs before you go into the bar. I mean, it's nuts. It's just crazy. They go, oh, it's voluntary. But if you want to come in, you got to let the police check you while the government ships it in. Again, just training you that you have no rights. They now announced nanotechnology to be put in everything to track and trace us. DNA database has to cover everyone. Father of genetic fingerprinting says global approach fairest in fight against crime. And the UN and others have called for on our ID cards to have our biometric identification number available. And all over Louisiana, they had a serial killer out, so they now just pull cars over and demand a tissue swab from the cheek, or they threaten to arrest you. Folks, also in-car boxes, safety measure or spy tactic. And now admit, oh, these little boxes are already in all your cars. By the way, Homeland Security's hooked into these private billboards all over that tune into what you're listening to. Did you know that your radios in your car, AM and FM, actually transmit at a low level? And now Homeland Security tunes into what you're listening to. High-tech billboards tune into drivers' taste. And it says the billboard is listening. San Francisco Chronicle, ABC News. Here's another one, Business Week. Will your TV become a spy? Hollywood wants every new digital set to include a monitoring device that tracks back and reports to them. And again, the digital cable boxes already watch you. Officials consider faster ways to alert U.S. to terrorism. They say that FEMA's already taken over all the radio and TV stations with electronic takeover hubs by Radio Link. And I work in radio. These were put in 97. They announced it as the Amber Alert, but from the start, we all knew in the radio station it was FEMA to take over. And now it says they'll just have daily announcements where the feds take over. The station doesn't get the announcement and read it like it did in the past. Now the government just takes over for you, and it says your phone's going to ring. You could get in trouble if you don't answer the special ring on your phone. Everyone will get a computer call, and if you don't answer, you might get fined or have the police come out. Everyone's got to answer now when the telescreen shouts at you, and they want to make the new TV sets where they automatically turn on and give you announcements. Why, it'll save the children. You starting to get the picture here? Behavioral program at Logan Airport. AP, brain scanner put in by NASA. Truth machine means liars must keep a straight face. London Independent. The Guilty Mind. The National Post of Canada. What if the brain scan could catch a murderer? Brain fingerprinting measures neural response to images from a crime scene. Ethisphere, it's a new tool of social control. Merging man and machine. British professor foresees a world in which language is obsolete and police respond to the mere thought of crime. And they're putting them in at the airports. How mobile phones let spies see our every move. Government now tracks since October 2001 all over Western Europe and the U.S. Your cell phones are satellite tracker systems. They don't have GPS in them. Some do, but all of them have a link to the cell tower that is GPS. But the border stays wide open. Tracking of cell phones calls help police catch suspect. Oh, see all these articles of how wonderful it is. Big Brother in the cereal aisle, an incredible AP article where it says they have hidden cameras, pressure plates, and face scanning cameras that build a digital algorithm, hook into the driver's license database off your face, and send you junk mail. It says because it shows that the father was looking at the baby aisle, they know now that his wife is pregnant and send him stuff before he even has the baby in his mailbox. That's just the marketing ploy, and it says it's already being tested in a bunch of grocery stores. Satellite system used by authorities to track suspects. Big Brother knows your medications. All over the country, all your medication purchases at the pharmacy are being uploaded to Homeland Security. Government openness at issue as Bush holds onto records. They're now making everything they do secret as they make everything we do public. And it's not just terror-related stuff. Use of drones in domestic surveillance advocated. They're already using them. Pentagon drones looking through our walls. Houston Chronicle. Agencies Homeland Security role for surveillance drones. Big Brother is watching farmers from the U.S. to Australia to Canada and to England. If you cut down one tree under the new environmental rules, the police come out and fine you or arrest you. See, now this Cold War satellites are watching us. GPS devices increasingly are used to spy on people by the government. Satellite tags attract criminals round the clock. Oh, it's so wonderful. Woman stalked by ex-boyfriend by GPS, trapped by technology. Think what the police can do. U.S. to scrutinize every traveler. You'll have no rights. George Orwell, here we come, Declan McCullough said while writing for CNET News. And if you want to know the model of this, it's the Finns. Finns not too concerned about friendly Big Brother. Despite government surveillance, citizens' trust of police and public servants runs high. Toronto Globe. When Tom Huppinen takes the bus to class every day, the government knows the stop he gets off on, the stop he gets, knows the stop he gets on, the stop he gets off, and the time.
What you've just seen is part 7 of the video entitled Police State 3, Total Enslavement, released by Alex Jones. Now, at the beginning of this program, I promised you that I would talk more about being stupid. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this program, it is stupid not to resist the people that are evil that's taking from you your God-given rights. If you tuned in late, I'm going to read this quote again for you, even if you didn't tune in late. Albert Einstein, quote, "The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. It is stupid not to resist the evil people that's taking from you your God-given rights." I tell you what, I was listening to a couple of men talk, and obviously one of them had tried to get a lot of people involved to resist the evil people that's taking from us our God-given rights. And he was so frustrated that he made this statement: "People have gone beyond being stupid." And I agreed. I said, yes, I agree, 100%. Think about that until next time. And until next time, may all your sunsets set right, and may the good Lord bless you both, day and night.
And you're fighting on the wrong side, but you haven't got a prayer. Show me the love. Show me the love. Yeah, your income tax extortion plot